Okay, I'm breaking the first rule of YouTube here, which is when you have a subject, you have to stick to it. So I do a travel channel, and you kind of stick to the travel channel, and that's it. But ignoring something that takes over 99% of my life doesn't seem logical anymore. So I'm mixing this into it just sometimes, and it is a medical condition that I suffer with, and I think a lot of people do suffer out there with it. And in fact, I've even put a playlist together to help those who suffer from spondyloarthritis in all its shapes and forms. Can click on the playlist just to know that there's other people out there that can help you, and if you're suffering, and that you're not alone, essentially. I don't get anything from the playlist because it's not my videos, it's a mixture of videos out there online. So yes, I hope it helps, and this is me, I suppose, getting a bit deep and personal with you, which isn't like me normally, but at the end of the day it is an important subject and people need to know about it. Don't worry, this will still primarily be a travel channel. This is something that's affected me for about 6-7 years now. It's been a long time, well, 6 years. So I haven't really spoken to it, even about friends and family, not to a great deal. I think that's just because I'm like that traditional, I'm one of the few traditional Brits out there that have a stiff upper lip. Me and I suppose my friends and my dad have this kind of attitude, whereas if you don't talk about it, it don't exist. But it's obviously not helping, and yeah, that's obviously not helping. So I do kind of want to talk about it because there's a lot of people struggling out there. It's not really the right way to deal with things, to be honest with you. I've had different reactions. See, my British mates, they don't check on me, but actually the Americans that I met, they'll call me up and see how I'm doing and give me encouraging words. Very different attitude. And not saying one's better than the other, but one is better than the other. Yeah. even though I act like that myself, you know. I don't think it's helpful because what's happening is very bad, and people need to have a channel to talk about it, kind of thing. Not a YouTube channel, but like a channel is in like a way to talk about it. Yeah. Right, that's a bit better. Make myself look a bit more presentable, shall I? It all started in early 2017 when I met Archery. Actually, Archery's only ever known me to be ill, so I haven't been feeling well since meeting Archery. She's cursed me. So that was in 2017, and I went back to work after. You see, I'm a tour guide driver. I was a tour guide driver. I used to drive all day, taking tourists around the whole country and just giving them stories and yeah, just showing them around. So I drove a bus like all day, every day. And that year, after that time, I went to Japan and Thailand after, where I met Archery and spent time with her. She come also to England after that, and yeah, I felt a lot of pain that year in my bum, mostly in my lower back, and driving on the pedals because we just got automatics then, so I kind of blamed the automatics. I thought maybe the pedals are stronger on an automatic, because we're quite slow with automatics in the UK. We still use a lot of manual, but for some reason driving really caused me a lot of pain on my bum, in my buttocks and my lower back. It did then, and I completely blamed the driving. I did a whole year. Went back to Thailand for 3 months because I'm a tour guide in England. Winter time you don't get tourists, so you get a big long break, so you kind of work a lot while the sun shines, make hay while the sun shines, but then come winter I can kind of do my own thing, and I love to travel, and that's what I did. So yeah, I went to Thailand, and I really that year, after a painful year, I really just wanted to take it easy and spend more time with Archery. We're obviously getting close, our long distance relationship. So the whole 3 months I thought, if I rest I'll be fine and I'll get back to work. But those 3 months I was in a lot of pain, and I joined a gym up the road. I couldn't do much working out though. I did some yoga, but yeah, my back was in a lot of pain, my glutes were in pain. everywhere. My knee, I felt a lot of pain in my knee. Everywhere really. I really didn't understand why I didn't get better, but I went back to work and I was in a lot of pain that year. That was in 2018. I was in a lot of pain 2018 and driving all day every day, and at the end of the year I tore my Achilles tendon, which was very painful, and I couldn't walk easily at first, and I was told that it was Achilles tendonitis, where it will swell, and it said come 5 months time you'll be better. 5 months maximum, it'll go down, you'll be normal. But when that happened I couldn't drive at all, and I decided to quit my job and come out to spend my life, I suppose, or just see what happens if I went to Thailand with to spend more time with archery. And I couldn't work. I definitely couldn't drive anymore. I completely blamed the driving on all the pain. So I thought I need to work out what I need to do work wise, and spend time with archery while I do it, and just rest. I needed to rest. I was in a lot of pain, like I say, so I thought if I rest up I'll get better. When I come out to Thailand, that's when COVID happened. So literally if I left 1 week later I wouldn't have been able to get on the plane. But thankfully I did come to Thailand in time. I spent two years, my Achilles tendon still no better, and I was walking on it normally. I even went for jogs and runs on my Achilles tendon. But eventually I had an MRI and it turned out to be 90% torn. So very torn, it was just hanging on. And they thought I had a bone spur too, which I did. I had a bone spur at the back of my heel, which made the Achilles tendon rip. So I went about the most painful operation you can imagine. If you were to Google right now the most painful operation out there, number one, I googled this after because I was in so much pain. I googled what is the most painful surgery you can have, and I already knew the answer: open heel surgery. And cut the back of my Achilles, cut the back of my heel, and sewed together the Achilles tendon. Oh boy, when that anaesthetic wore off, you would not believe the pain. It was from another world of pain. That was ridiculous. I mean, I would pass out from the pain, and it was agony, absolute agony. But I got through it. Yeah. And I thought that was going to be the end of it. I didn't know I had a problem back then. I didn't know I had a problem at all. So one of the times during my jogging, when I was jogging with the torn Achilles tendon, my left foot swollen, and I blamed that on the jogging. It's still swollen now, so that's arthritis in my left foot. So I had a problem with my right foot, my left foot. So you might think I probably shouldn't have been running like that, but you know, those of you who have a lot of problems, you always go to doctors and they always tell you to exercise. They do that now, which really, you know, I've got arthritis in my lower back, upper back, hands, both my feet. I struggle breathing sometimes, get inflammation around my ribs. I go to doctors and say, make sure you exercise. Like, what? How can I exercise? You know what I mean? Tell me how to exercise and I'll exercise. Like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm a physical wreck. I can't even walk in a swimming pool without suffering. So yeah, not all doctors, they try and help, but you've got to understand, they read from a guidebook, and I've learnt that lately. Going back to where I actually had my operation in Thailand because at the time COVID was on and the NHS was free for me, but then the queues were massive, like because of COVID, like waiting for an operation. I was in a lot of pain, and even after my operation they said it would take you a year to walk properly again, which it did. Even 2 years later I still felt quite a lot of pain there, and now it's still quite weak. So yeah, I thought rather than wait, well, I'm going to be stuck inside probably for much longer now. I'm probably going to be stuck inside for a lot longer, so I may as well recover while I've got nothing else to do. So I got my operation in Thailand, paid for it, as opposed to wait till COVID finished, get an operation in the UK and then wait to recover. I thought that's going to be, I'll be an old man by the time that happens, you know what I mean? Anyway, end of 2021, not too long ago, I woke up in the night with very bad pain in my hand, and you can see it there, it's all swell up over here. That was a moment that it occurred to me that, because everything that happened before happened after I did something, whether it was the driving, the jogging, and I thought, shite, I'm getting watch my language on YouTube, I'm getting pain everywhere, and I'm getting a problem after a problem, and this is all connected somehow. It has to be connected, because nothing's caused my hand to swell up, nothing's caused my finger even to swell up. It was a lot bigger than this before, but it's still swollen. Nothing caused it to swell up, it just happened. So I'm like, this is connected, it has to be connected. So it took me many years, and some people, by the way, with spondyloarthritis, they can go like 15-20 years before they get diagnosed, because it's really hard to detect. You don't know if it's connected or if it's separate problems. So finally I went to the doctors, and 2 separate doctors that I saw said it's a rheumatoid problem, and I went to see a rheumatologist, and they told me, yeah, you got this disorder called spondyloarthritis, and there's many different branches of it, but that's it basically. It's not curable, but we can try and keep your symptoms down. I thought, okay, but it was kind of a relief and not a relief at the same time. I was relieved because I finally knew what was wrong with me, but at the same time I knew I'm not really going to get better from this. This is a permanent part of this is my life now. It's part of my life. I have to accept it. So I went back to England after this. I was able to walk, and I had a flat that I needed to do up. It's had, over the years, 5 floods in total, lots of cowboy builders, and I spent 5 months in total just working on my flat constantly, and actually turned it into something really good. So actually quite proud of myself, the amount of work that I'd done on the place. In that time I was okay. I could handle my symptoms. I didn't get to see my friends and family as much as I'd like to because I was busy, and in England too, they don't support you unless you've been in the country for 2 years plus. So I come back to Thailand. At the end of the day, England's very expensive, and when I'm here I don't spend much money at all in Thailand. Archery looks after me, and so my options are: I go to England, I struggle to work, or I stay in Thailand and Archery can look after me, and she does, because she's awesome, and hopefully one day I really get to repay her, because without her I'd be in a very, very bad place. I think I don't even want to think about it. So I went to the doctors in the UK. They confirmed what I had, my rheumatoid problem, spondyloarthritis, autoimmune problem it is. Essentially what happens is my immune system attacks my body. That's what's going on, particularly my joints, causes arthritis, and I'm about 150% more likely to get a heart attack, because it also attacks the vessels going to my heart, and yeah, lots of stuff like that. Yeah. So at the end of last year, 2023, I woke up to very bad pain in the back of my neck over here, top of my spine. So I got back pain, glute pain, hand pain, feet pain. I had knee pain, but that's actually got better, strangely. And my ribs get inflamed, make it quite hard to breathe. And I just thought, I'm in trouble. This isn't good. This is bad. This is very bad now. What am I going to do about it? So the doctors, I do 2 drugs. Metho, I can't forget the name of it, I'll put it down. It's a cancer drug. Autoimmune problems take it also. because it makes their immune system weaker, and sulfazine. But they want me to do injections, and the problem with injections is it makes my immune system extremely weak, and I've got to do blood tests every week on it, and I've got to do injections every month. I'll probably have to go to the UK for that because it's free. Obviously it's going to be very expensive doing that kind of treatment, but I also don't want to do it because there's a good chance I'll die, you know, because you need your immune system. Your immune system protects you from viruses. So if I had a virus and I'm doing them injections, I'm in a lot of trouble. And that's how it is. I'm going to be a very sick person if I do that kind of treatment. And the thing is, I'm going to be on that treatment for the rest of my life if I'm on it. And I thought I'm just going to try and research, there must be something else I can do when I was in all this pain. Now I have done some research into changing diet in order to help your AS or whatever one you have. A lot of autoimmune problems have been solved or at least subdued with diet, and I'll go into that another episode, but I am still learning, but I'll go into that in another episode. And if you are suffering, then yeah, I know how horrible it is. This is a horrible disorder that literally takes over your life, from friends to work to everything really. It controls pretty much every aspect of your life, but you're not alone.